like a story time-ish vlog video. I've been asked in the past what got me into map making, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer that. And I just want to say before I even start, it is not a very cheerful, happy story. So if you came here for a happy video, you're not gonna get that. So like, if you really want to, like, sure, put the video off until like Wednesday or something, when, you know, this is probably going up Wednesday, as Gamil told me, but just put it off till the day you aren't feeling happy. But this is kind of like a it's kind of the story of what got me into it. I'll probably briefly talk about some bullying stuff because that has to do with the story, but you know, if I want to make a whole video dedicated completely to me talking about that, I would just I'm getting messages. If I want to make a whole video talking about my response to bullying, I would make a whole separate video. But I guess we'll just jump right into it because I want to keep this to like 10 minutes so I don't take up too much of your guys' time. And this is definitely a story that could be told in 40 minutes, as I just pre-recorded once and didn't like it. But we're going to try and compress it to like 10, 11, 12. So I guess we'll start with the super simple, obvious story. I was raised in a Christian sheltered family, and when I say sheltered, I mean I don't know anything. I'm in college, and I barely know anything at all. So take what you want out of that. And yes, I know that there's like 12-year-olds running around flinging out curse words bigger than I can imagine, but it's the culture, and it is what it is. I was raised on values to not stoop to that level. So I was raised character, honor, trustworthiness, dependability. I forgot all the pillars from elementary school. I got character awards in elementary and middle school for being who I was, being a positive outlook to people. But it was because I was great at putting on a mask in middle school, and I'm guilty of this before. I'm sure everyone has been at some point, where you hide deeper feelings underneath. You, like, you know that feeling. You don't want to share with anybody what you're feeling because you worry they'll worry about you, but at the same time, you also want someone to notice and feel for you, because you want to be social. That's how it is. So elementary, middle school, elementary school was fine, really. Not real problems. Everyone's too young and ignorant to know what's going on, so it's usually fine. I met Zoeth at some point around 1st to 3rd grade. I can't remember what year, but he was just suddenly there, and I've pretty much grown up with him for the most part, plus or minus some classes here and there. But middle school, you guys know the deal. Everyone gets cliques, you know, people form into groups, and that's about it. No one talks to other groups. It's rare. It's that kind of thing. And then people label each other and put labels on everybody. And I was labeled the teacher's pet. And because of this, I was very aggressively bullied throughout pretty much all of middle school and a good chunk of high school, until I got I think it was either junior or senior year, I put my foot down to the point where I fought back. And I had never done it before. But again, that's a different story. I'm not going to go off on that tangent very much. Just gonna point out, middle school, I had social problems. And it was because I never really was social with people, because nobody would ever talk to me. So middle school, I didn't have a lot of friends, and really just wasn't a great time for me. I was very happy to get out of it. However, 7th grade is when Minecraft was introduced to Zoeth and the group of people I wanted to be friends with, that clique, and they all played it, and they let me in a little bit. Like, we're talking, they would all get on a multiplayer server, and they would make me pay them. Like, I had to actually pay this one kid money. He lied and said he needed money for the server, but he ran off his own freaking router, so he was just lying. He wanted money from me because he hated me. He made me fork over like $10 to do this. And my parents were like, why are you taking money to school? I'm like, lunch money. And then I'd go and give it to this kid. He let me play with them for a little bit. Again, he had disablement, so I can't blame him very much. I think he was, I don't want to stereotype. I think he was colorblind, and he had I can't remember. It's been a while, but he was very, I think he was also partially depressed about this, so took his anger out on me. Like I said, I was a punching bag. So I was verbally abused quite a bit in middle school, and by people I thought were my friends. And later on, like 8th grade, one of them brought like a salt shaker to school, and they were pouring it on snails and watching them shrivel up and die and burn. Because if you guys don't know, snails, the salt dehydrates their body, and they just like shrivel inward and they just die. It's basically like torturing animals. They love to do that for fun. These were not kids that were normal by any means. And I don't know why I wanted to be with them that badly, because they were all complete jerks, but I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking at the time. I was in middle school. I was driven by clique pressure, but Zoeth was there for me for a good chunk of 7th and 8th grade. 6th grade, peer pressure got him too. I'm pretty sure he spent the whole year at their lunch table in the clique. 7th grade, I think he realized I was there for him a little more. I wanted to be friends, because I'm like, yo, we've been friends. What happened? So 7th and 8th grade, he was there for me. He was kind of like, he and one other friend that started by the name of Patrick, they were kind of there for me throughout middle school. And if I didn't have them, heaven knows where I'd be. Because Zoeth showed me Minecraft, so I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him, period. But frankly, I wouldn't even be here on Earth if it weren't for them, period. I was that depressed. But again, whole nother story. And I'd like to, if I ever made a whole video dedicated to anti-bullying, I would slam you guys with my entire beef against the middle school layout of like how to deal with bullying. Like, but so basically I just want to point out, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I would go to bed at nights, like they would all get into Skype calls and play games on Steam, and I would be sitting in my room on my bed just like wondering why I wasn't cool enough to be with them. And it got to the point where they say that when you're in depression, you create a second world for you, one that works. Like, for example, you guys know how dreams work. If you go to bed thinking about stuff, sometimes you'll dream about it. Like, it's kind of like that. Minecraft was my channel because I hated the real world, but I love that I could make my own character in Minecraft and personalize it, and it became me. I put all of me into that character. Everything that you see somewhat today was that character. I didn't like that I had blonde hair. I seriously wanted to have black hair, and I actually was considering dyeing it black when I got to college until I got my head wrapped around what I wanted to do with that. I thought I was overweight. I'm not. Frankly, I'm not. I have muscle mass. I play tennis. It's nothing compared to my other roommates, but like, I thought I was overweight, and I'm still a little paranoid about keeping my weight healthy, but I'm not. But again, call me fat, paranoid. I was just insecure about some stuff, so I guess it all just kind of boiled over. Just smack my microphone. I guess just long story short, I began to your mind just goes to places when you're not happy with the real world, and Minecraft became everything to me. Like, almost everything. I hated school, but I would go to school excited to come home and play Minecraft. Like, it was my full channel. It was everything I was at that time. And I began to pour that love into mapmaking once I realized you could be creative with it. So, Captain Sparkles was the guy. I'm 100% all credit to Captain Sparkles. He is the reason I got into mapmaking, because he played community maps a lot on his channel when he was first starting to get big. This is also when YouTube was super nice to everybody and, didn't make you upload, I killed somebody to get views, Yeah, no stabs thrown there. So, Seth Bling was my map making inspiration, and Dragnaz was like the tutor. He was the redstone guy at the time. Everybody was watching, and he was the tutor. So I watched him to learn some stuff. And then I read a lot of wiki pages, and a few other guys who I met later on. Names escape me because there's so many of them they're very nice people. I watched a lot of tutorials from other people as well, and over time I just started making maps, and I made the maps to be what I could never have with my friends, that I wanted to have. I made maps so that people could play them with friends and have fun. And I got emails back after one of my maps, I think it was Firecracker, which, by the way, inspiration for Firecracker, I was vacationing in Tennessee, Smoky Mountains, and I was just like at a koi pond by a lake, and there was a little Chinese koi pond on the edge of like a little lake stream. And I just walked over the bridge, and I was just, my mind just started wandering. I keep smacking the microphone. My mind wandered, and suddenly the idea of, you know, Chinese culture, the Chinese festivals, the dragons, the snapcrackers, the fireworks, that all came to me, and I was just like, that'd be a really cool map idea. And Snapcracker was born just like that. Junk Runner was actually born out of a concept I got while I was playing another parkour map, which, again, name escapes me. I think it was by Phantom, who also helped the project. Oh, I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't his. I played a parkour map, and it kind of gave me an idea. I built it partially off one of my older parkour maps, which I like the concept of, and I just came up with the idea of progressively showing you a piece of the parkour and taking it away behind you, so you had to move along as it went along. So that's where that idea came from. You know, some of them, like Q's vs. Zombies, Hangman, they came from actual, like, Hangman's Hangman, and Plants vs. Zombies is Plants vs. Zombies. I had to put all over the freaking map, like, fan map, not copyright, yada yada, no money's being made. I had to put all that on the map so I didn't get, like, sued or something, because I thought it was, like, Creative Commons or whatever with it. But I really just started map making because I wanted to give people an experience that I could never have. And I guess, you know, again, to simplify, middle school, verbally bullied and demoralized, and then high school, religiously bullied and demoralized. And senior year of high school, I'm like, you shut up, dude. I'm done with you guys. And I fought back in senior year of high school quite a bit, to the point where people actually would stop picking on me because I fought back. They knew I wouldn't take it anymore. So I had some anger issues too in, when was that? The anger issues came off of depression. The depression led me to start playing games where I took out my anger on stuff because I felt angry about being depressed. I had anger issues as a result of this, and my parents were getting worried about it because I was channeling that into shooter games, which is also why I'm so paranoid about not playing them anymore. Overwatch is an exception because it's like a futuristic laser pew pew, but like, you guys have no idea. I was getting super toxic, and that's also why I'm the opposite of what I was then. I was so embarrassed by who I was those years that I have like sworn to never feel that kind of rage again. And ever since then, I've been trying to change my outlook on life and be positive because I just don't want to feel anger anymore. And I've prayed so many prayers as well over the course of high school. I kept saying, God, take my anger away, because I just don't want it anymore. It's not an emotion I like. You know, I don't like jealousy and hatred and anger and spite. I don't like those. They're not really emotions I want to feel. I mean, yes, there's people you don't want to be around because they bully you, but I only hate one person, and I know I shouldn't, but it's only because he's the reason why I hated all of high school, like, for the good chunk of it. Like, it's only him. It was only him. And it was because he was a doofus. But, you know, again, I'm not going to name them because if they actually end up watching this somehow, I don't want to, like, single them out. But at the same time, you guys suck. Like, again, like I said, I wouldn't trade the experiences I've had for the world because it's trained me. I've become a very strong-willed person as a result of all this bullying. Like, honestly, I don't know how they're doing. They all went to different colleges, and honestly, I don't really care in the slightest. Like, I think I pity-friended one of them on Facebook because I felt really bad, but I think it was so I could see if they actually passed. It was a mean reason. I think I only friended them because I wanted to see if they were going to be able to pass college. I think that was the reason. But it was because they bullied me. Like, I don't have a lot of care for people who've done that. I don't spite them, but I don't have any. Like, I'm very nice to people that I know here. Everyone I'm friends with, I'm super nice to. But the people who've, like, spited me and bullied me, I'm very cold to. I won't, like, I wouldn't hold the door for somebody who's bullied me for 4.5 years. I know it's petty and you're not supposed to do that, but, like, I'm still not happy it happened, but it happened, and that's made me a strong person. So, I guess in a way it has and hasn't benefited me. It's hard to explain, but yeah, bullying story. It's basically a bullying story. I was so dejected from being bullied that I tried to make game maps to try and envision what life would be like if I had friends. So, and I think when I first made them, I think I had prayed a prayer one night. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said, never let anybody on this earth feel the same way I do. Let what I do benefit people in some way. Help them create friendships out of these maps that I could never get. Because if I can't get anything out of a map, at least someone else can enjoy it and have fun with it. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's about it, I guess. I mean, like I said, I have other story things I could do. I have considered making a full draw my life, but like I'm very, very personally scared of privacy things. So, I mean, yes, Captain Sparkles was Jordan Marin. He said that. Parker plays as Parker Coppins. It's on the TV show. He had to release his name to get the TV show. Like, I mean, I don't understand the harm of having a name out there. Like, I mean, like for example, Craner's name, I don't actually know how Craner's name got out there. Someone just had it on a wiki page somehow. I think someone actually hacked Ian's military records and released that, because I was just chatting with him one day and he's just like, yeah, I just typed in my name one day and my entire like military profile was on like a Wikipedia page and I was completely confused how it got there. So like I don't know. But at the same time, I really like privacy, so I'd probably never release my name. But if you really want to know, Ian leaked my first name before, so if you care that much, I'm fine with you knowing that. It's not like it's a rare name, it's pretty straightforward, so. But yeah, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed, I mean, again, it's not the happiest story, but I just want to let you know that sometimes good can come out of bad. And that's also, if you guys didn't watch Ian's video yet, bad's happened, and he stepped back, and hopefully good will come from the end of this all. Hopefully once he comes back, it'll be a good result. But all we can do is wish him luck, you know, pray for him, pray peace, help him come back to come back to himself and find himself again. And as I've said with what's happened to me, I don't really, I can't say this stuff is, bullying is definitely not a good thing, by all means, but I have become a very strong and powerful-willed person. I used to have horrible acne, I used to have self-esteem problems, still a little bit, it's hard to explain. I have personal problems, I thought I was fat. I mean, what? Not fat, it's muscle, I play tennis. Yeah, I just, you know, it's what the world does to you. That's why sometimes you gotta ignore what they say. And that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn from bullying, I guess, and what I've done here. If people are at your throat saying you can't do this, saying that this is impossible, ignore them. What do they know? I had people in high school tell me I couldn't do YouTube. I had 2,000 subs then. I have 100,000 now. Yes, it's thanks to Ian as well, but I've worked with him to create stuff for his channel, and I've hopefully given you guys a better viewing experience on his channel. Some of the things I've helped to create on his channel, he's talked with me and said they've helped him continue to enjoy Minecraft years and years and years after it's in its full prime. Like, Minecraft is definitely not 2013 Minecraft. Minecraft is definitely not as hot, but you know, it's great that people can reinvent the wheel again and take Minecraft, and that's the beautiful thing about the game too. You can make so much out of the game. There's so much to do in the game that with an idea, you can make a whole new video with just an idea. And that's kind of the magic of YouTube. But I've been able to use some of my game creativity to help his channel and give him new content ideas. So hopefully itself as well, I've helped out you guys as well, because I've helped him and he's helped you guys get through some hard times as well. I've seen a lot of comments saying they love watching his positivity every time, and it keeps them up. So even though he stepped back to say I need to reconsider my life and put God at the center again, even though he didn't put God at the center of his YouTube channel, it kind of came through. Because Christians like me, we usually try to be as upbeat as possible, because that's why would you dwell with the negatives? Why would you dwell looking at bad stuff in the world? For every story about a school shooting, there's a story about a good Samaritan saving somebody. There's bad and evil in this world, but there's good as well. We tend to focus on the bad, but there's so much good in this world as well. You know, we tend to ignore it. We look at all the bad drama. So, and honestly, I think that Ian has inadvertently put Christ into his content as well. He doesn't have to say the word God in content to convey a positive message. In my opinion, just being a positive person conveys him. So showing him how a Christian would act conveys him. But yeah, tangent again. I don't know why I went on a tangent about that right now, but actually been a whole different video. But Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys want to talk about some of the other things, I have a couple more topics. I'll probably if you guys are on my Discord, I'll probably speak with you guys on my Discord about whether I should do this or not. I may or may not make a few more videos talking about some more stuff that's happened in my life, but it's because I want to make an example of me and tell you guys the stuff that I've learned, so hopefully somebody will maybe it could change someone's life. I've had people in my Discord talk about depression before. You know, maybe I have a tip that could help them get through depression. Because I've definitely been depressed this school year so far with work, and I just say that meaning I'm so tired of operating system concepts. Oh my gosh, semaphores suck. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed, and comment down below, talk with me. Let me know, what this is. Chat with me about this, and see you guys next time.